How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys a brand new Masamune-Kun Revenge episode discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about episode 2 that just came out today. And in this episode, folks, this one was more entitled to Yoshino herself. And in case you guys aren't even familiar, if you guys aren't really reading or listening to this anime, Yoshino is actually the maid of Aki herself. As we get to see, and we actually learn in this episode, that Yoshino is going to become a very pivotal character throughout the rest of this series. As she is a character that can really sabotage the whole universe of Aki that she's created. That superficial creature that she created in that high school that she's at. Because Yoshino knows all her secrets. Knows what she eats. Knows everything just about her. But yet no one does. Because remember, Aki always keeps to herself. She's always brushing off every single male that always tries to flirt with her. But Yoshino can destroy her brutally. Like, just brutally. Like, honestly, like, just seeing Yoshino's character, like, just seeing how timid and, like she looks like she's, like, a very clumsy girl. Like, she's, like, a little ditzy. You know, when you start seeing how the character that she really is, deep down inside, she has a huge hatred for Aki. A huge hatred. That because of this episode, we learned that Masamune, remember that last episode where Masamune received you could say a letter that said pig's foot? So in this episode, Masamune was actually, he was very anxious and he was nervous as to wondering, like, oh my god, does Aki know who I really am? I'm hoping that she does not know who I am, because it's going to destroy his plan altogether. But no, we learned that it was Yoshino, because in this episode we learned that Masamune did have a relationship with Yoshino, and by relationship I mean that he was familiarized with Yoshino back in the day, in the previous days, because they actually showed a little clip inside that picture frame where it shows Aki and Masamune together, right inside the freaking picture. Like, they have to literally like 100 times zoom in the picture in order for them to see Yoshino right there, just standing at the window, staring at them. And us viewers, we weren't gonna be aware of who the heck this person was, or if she was even in the picture, because it just didn't stand out until the camera zoomed in. And of course, oh, it all connects together. Oh, but still, it was a hilarious scene. But nonetheless, though, the story does continue on, and its pacing is pretty good, because we see Masamune, he's becoming ever so popular in the high school that he's at, that all the males they just want to be like him. All the females, they look at Masamune as like this beautiful creature. And the reason I'm saying creature is because they idolize him. They idolize him to a point that whenever he cries, and I mean it, whenever he cries, every single girl's be like, oh my god, I did not know he was that sensitive. In my honest opinion, if I saw a person like that in the classroom, I would just be like, oh my god, man, grow a pair. But jokes freaking aside, though, the episode still was fairly entertaining, and I did love the way the story pacing was going, because it seems that Yoshino's not going to team up with Masamune to take down Aki. And Aki herself is never going to notice that Yoshino's going to be the one that's going to backstab her herself. Like I said, it's entertaining. But, we also get to see more about Masamune in this episode, because in this episode we learned that Masamune, he seems like he's shy. He's got this hot bod and everything. He's popular with the girls, but yet he's shy at asking out a girl. And I'll tell you the reason why. It's because he has no friends. He has no freaking friends, except that one person that looks like a chick, but is actually a dude. And I don't even know his name, but I don't really want to know, because that character is just, let me just brush that to the side. Just go away. No, but besides that, though, he has no contacts in his phone before he was going to ask Aki for, you could say, her email address or cell phone number, whichever one of the two. You literally see that he was getting cold feet. He actually was getting cold feet, because remember, guys, he has no one. All he's been throughout his whole life is just, just plotting his revenge. Like I said, he's a freaking psychopath. Like, how do you not have any friends? That's how like, guys, take psychology. You guys are gonna learn that, like, man, Masamune really has traits that like a psychopath would actually really have. Like, all the stuff that he's doing is just pretty crazy. If you would see that in actual life, you would think that, like, holy snap, like this. Hey, man, let's get you a different girl. Let's get your mind off the gutter off her, for a second. But nonetheless, though, guys, the episode was continuing on, and another character that kind of made a very important, pivotal part in Masamune's life now was Tei. Because, she's you could say the class representative. She wanted to ask out Masamune, but Masamune said no. Which I thought to myself, why didn't you ask her out? Like, what the heck, you know? That would have made him at least aware of what's going on in the dates, assuming that he's been on dates from previous years while he was getting himself a hot bod. But it just seems that Masamune is that he's still that shy little boy that he once fears. And it's funny because it's still embedded in him, but even though he's got the hot bod, he has nothing to showcase it with the hot bod. You know, that's the way I kind of see it with this character. You know, you focus so much on your good looks that now you don't know how to act around a woman. Well, from what we know so far, we don't know if it's gonna go on like that in the other episodes. But you know, personally, it would have been interesting to see if Tae was gonna go out with Masamune, because it would have actually shown. Personally, it would have made sense too if he did ask her out, because then it would have made Aki jealous. In my honest opinion, that really would have made sense. But I'm assuming because he said no, it's because he wants to be single and he wants to just focus on Aki. So, like I said, it's like he had an opportunity right there. He really did. I don't know why he just brushed off to the side right there. That was just pathetic in itself. But you know, the funny part that leads on to that particular scene, folks, was that later on in that particular scene, he does ask out Aki, but Aki says, you know, oh, you know, my phone is kind of damaged right now. Let me give it to you later. So of course, Masamune's like, oh, of course, and I'll get it. So he's acting all natural. But of course, Aki does her usual routine to brush off guys, but instead of gloating at it on Masamune's behalf, she just goes all the way outside and tells her, oh, you know, catch me at the same place where we first met. And then boom, you see Masamune at the window, and he stares outside the window. Right there, then you see Aki just roll down a scroll, and with this scroll it just says, I decline. And I just thought to myself, that's cold-blooded, but at the same time, you gotta think about it. She didn't boast it in front of the whole school. If Masamune kept his mouth shut, nobody would have known. So honestly, like, you could tell that Aki she's letting him down easy, not like the other guys. So it goes on to say that they're playing mind games with each other. Like I said, this anime is pretty entertaining to seeing how it's going. But let me know down in the comments below. So what are you guys' thoughts on the anime episode itself? Because personally, like, this episode, like, my god, it went to 0 to 100 real quick with these two characters going on. And Yoshino, can't wait to see what more that Yoshino's gonna offer to us, folks. But like I said, guys, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And if you guys enjoy my content, give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Winter 2017 anime discussions. Or check out my other playlists that I also do other anime discussions as well. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out.